Hi everyone, this is Dr. Mike, host of the free iTunes podcast, Psychiatric Secrets Revealed with Dr. Mike, but that's not why I'm here today. This is another Saving Savvy episode, and this time I'm going to do a first impressions on the, if I can get this to light up, on the Apple Watch Series 1. So this is the second generation of the Apple Watches. Apple Watches come now in a Series 1 and Series 2. Series 1 is the less expensive watch. What Series 2 offers is pretty much the same internals, perhaps a little bit brighter display, a harder crystal, more case choices, GPS, better waterproofing. But if you don't need those, you can save quite a bit of money by getting the Series 1. So what is my first impression? Well, first of all, understand that I am a watch wearer. So I am of the generation that always has worn a watch, and typically a watch will last 2, 3, maybe 4 years if I'm lucky, and something happens to it and it's time to replace it. So recently, around Thanksgiving, my current watch bit the dust, and Apple just happened to have a sale on the Apple Watch Series 1, a little bit of a price break. Actually, they gave you a little gift card for Apple, and I was thinking, should I get an Apple Watch or not? I was kind of on the fence with it. I was wondering if it was really going to be useful, or if it was just one more piece of junk to have. But I was interested in getting some sort of a fitness monitor, and that was based on my new life going to the gym and talking to my personal trainer. So my personal trainer actually has an Apple Watch, and he had compared Apple with other wearable devices and compare those to the heart monitor with using a chest monitor, and found that the Apple Watch was the most accurate. So I figured, well, that was a plus for the Apple Watch. And that's what kind of swayed me over. So what are my first impressions and what are my thoughts about using this watch? Well, it's a nice watch. It's clear, it's readable. You can change the watch faces to whatever you like, of course. And you can have additional functionality. So yes, you can look at your calendar, you can read text messages, you can answer and even make phone calls with the Apple Watch using the little built-in speaker or perhaps Bluetooth headset. You can store some music on the watch, but really this watch is only really useful if you have an iPhone. So it's definitely something that you only want to buy if you have an iPhone, because a lot of the functionality is on the phone, and this is just like a little remote device for the phone. So initially when I did get the watch, it had a software upgrade which completely screwed everything up, but luckily that has been fixed. And I do find the watch useful, the calendar functions useful, the texting functions useful, some of the alarm functions, that sort of stuff useful too. And there really is an advantage to wearing a device on your wrist. Now you think, well, how much work is it to take something out of my pocket and look at it? Not too much, really. But I would say this is similar to using a software program where you want to print something. It doesn't take much to go up to File, Print, and then do a few more clicks and print something. That's very easy. But it's much easier if you know Control P, and that prints your document or whatever out, right? So sometimes those little small conveniences really do make a difference and can make your life just a little bit easier. I found the watch generally responsive, but I also found it kind of buggy. So there are times when I would try to scroll a screen back and forth and it wouldn't respond very well. Other times it would respond better. There are times that a functionality like Siri would not work properly, and other times it would work just fine. And so I find it a little bit buggy, and that's a little troubling. And by the way, because there really is not a keyboard on this, a lot of the functionality that this watch has does use Siri. So if you want to set an appointment, you have to use Siri to do that. If you want to make a phone call, you have to do Siri to do that. If you want to put something in a text message other than a canned statement or an emoji, you have to use Siri to do that. And Siri can do other things too, like get you a sports score or set a timer, things like you normally would use Siri for just on your phone. So there is that Siri functionality, but you are limited to voice commands in many, many instances. I think the health app on here, I'm just starting to get used to it, but it is useful, and I know my personal trainer said that he liked it quite a bit, so I would trust his opinion over mine. And generally, I like it. So what would I say is a bottom line? I would say it's still a work in progress, but it certainly sounds like it's a lot better than the version from last year. I would suggest that it really is most suitable for people that, number one, wear a watch because you're already used to this, And number two, want some sort of a physical or fitness monitor. So if you want a fitness monitor, I think the Apple Watch could be a good choice. I think if you wear a watch and you're looking for a watch with additional functionality, it could be a good choice. Some of the things that I've liked about the watch was the weather updates on it. It's snowing right now here in Illinois, so that was kind of nice to get that on my watch. I also like the news, so I got little blurbs of news, like a little thumbnail of a news story, which I sort of like too. You can get rid of all that stuff if you don't want to be alerted to it, but I like that sort of stuff. I think this watch probably is less useful if you don't have a specific need for it and you're just looking for a gadget, or if you're not comfortable wearing a wristwatch. So if I said to my kids, well, would you like an Apple Watch? I think universally, in fact, I asked a couple of them, they would say no, because they're so used to pulling out their phone for the time and other things that that's just part of their life. So probably would not recommend it to them. Why Series 1 instead of Series 2? Well, I think the extra functionality of Series 2 is only useful if you really need it. So if you're a swimmer and you want that waterproof watch, great, buy it. But this is wearable technology. This technology, I mean, last year's model is already old news, so you're spending a lot of money for something that you're probably only going to wear for a year or two until you want the next model, the more improved model. So you're probably more wise to go in a conservative route. So, am I 100% sold on the Apple Watch? No. Will I be wearing it 6 months from now? I don't know. Am I completely like this is a piece of junk? No. I think it has its use. I'm finding it more useful as I get used to it. Oh, and by the way, I would definitely say it operates a little bit differently. It's not complicated, but it operates a little more differently than typical iPhone would operate. So definitely watch some videos on the operation of the watch. You can find them on YouTube and places like that. So with that, that's my first impression of the Apple Watch Series 1. If you get some time, please give my free podcast a listen. It's called Psychiatric Secrets Revealed with Dr. Mike. You can find it on iTunes. If you want to know a little bit more about me, I have a blog, drmikekuna.com. It's drmikekuna.com. The blog is just really an experiment for me. I'm trying to do some writing, trying to try some different writing styles, and just trying to expand my horizons a little bit. Of course, none of this stuff brings any profit to me. It's just all for fun. So if you want to do it, do it. If you don't, don't. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe if you like my kind of diverse channel, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.